Sam's behavior that serves as the lightning rod for his dad's anger.
When you come home and the first words out of your mouth are something rude, brutish, and nasty about Ruby, it tells me that you're not in a good mood. Because someone in a good mood would never say anything that mean and nasty.
I'm sorry.
Now, Mark isn't a screamer, but to his children, his anger comes through loud and clear. Like on this night, when Sam refused to eat his vegetables. Most of us would consider that age-appropriate behavior for a 5-year-old. But it sparks an inappropriate response from Dad.
You are not my son right now. You are not in control of yourself. You need food. It is medicine for you.
Rona Renner is a parenting counselor in Oakland, California. She leads workshops like this one on anger and discipline. Among the participants, Mark Novolo. Mark says the class and having our camera in his home have helped him begin to understand the effect his anger can have on his children.
So do you want Ruby to feel bad? I need to know, are you mean or thoughtless? Stupid. No.
The words are landing. They're having an impact because Sam is already now willing to label himself as stupid. It's just, I'm a bad person. That's the message that he's getting here.
And like a lot of parents, Mark sometimes isn't even aware of what he's saying. Remember Mark's cruel comment to Sam at the dinner table?
You are not my son right now. You are not...
Mark had no idea he said that until we pointed it out to him.
It makes me feel small, petty, and foolish. I mean, what an awful thing to say, under any circumstances. What a horrible, terrible thing to say to a child.
Experts tell us parents who frequently express anger at their kids typically had parents who expressed anger at them. And that's exactly what happened to Kathy Smith. Kathy says she was screamed at when she was growing up. And so it's no surprise Kathy screams at her kids.
I don't want my kids to be afraid of me. When I was growing up, I was afraid of my parents.
Kathy and her husband Jamie have 2 young boys, and Kathy's pregnant again. During our 2 weeks in Kathy's home, we often saw warm and tender moments with 4-year-old Jesse and 2-year-old Pike. But we also saw Kathy regularly express her anger.
Chair, get off the chair.
Okay.
You can sit on the floor.
No.
And eat like a dog. There you go.
As a self-help tool, Kathy's posted signs throughout the house to remind herself to keep her temper in check.
I can just feel it rising, like, from within me, you know, and just, like, I want to do something with my hands, you know, I want to express my anger with my hands, but you can't do that. But when I blow, I blow big time.
And our camera was rolling when Kathy did blow up big time. She was trying to finish some chores, but the boys were clamoring for attention. Frustrated, Kathy gave in and picked up Jesse, but Pike continued to cry.
Leave me alone.
As Pike persisted, you can feel Kathy getting angrier. Then she erupts. A few minutes later, a tearful Pike comes back into the kitchen. He wasn't hurt physically. His brother Jesse tries to comfort him. But Kathy didn't come back into the kitchen until much later. She told us she felt too ashamed.
It's kind of like you feel like they'd be better off if you weren't even around, kind of, you know, it goes that deep with me. You know, I kind of feel like they would be so much better off if I just wasn't even in their lives.
Kathy was so concerned about her behavior, she's decided to seek professional help. She's being counseled by Dr. McKay. What's happening inside Kathy when that happened?
I think what Kathy's struggling with is just a rising level of stress and overwhelm, the crying, pounding in her ears, and the sense of helplessness. How can I stop this? And of course the trigger thought, why is he doing this to me?
Of course, the child isn't really doing it to the parent. It just sometimes seems like that to many moms and dads, especially when they're under stress, as Kathy was. 30 years ago, 40 years ago, considered absolutely appropriate and advised to spank your kid. And now we're sitting here talking about the harmful effects of raising your voice to your child.
There's been quite a bit of research in the last 5 or 10 years looking at the effects of parental anger on children. And we now have evidence that for little kids, who grow up with angrier parents, these children are themselves more aggressive and angry.
Now, most parents don't need professional counseling to control their anger. Lauren Munzer says just having our camera in her home made her more aware of how often she yelled at her kids. Now she says she tries to discipline without resorting to screaming.
Aaron, go to your room. Go. Are you okay?
Mark Novelo says Rona Renner's class has helped him understand his children better. As a result, he says he gets less angry.
One of the things I learned from working with you, that their skill aside, it really isn't done in order to make me angry.
Experts tell us there are some simple things we can all do to help diffuse parental anger. Ask yourself, is your child just acting his age? Remember, he probably isn't deliberately trying to provoke you. And if you're really about to lose it with your child, take a time out for yourself. Deal with the problem after you've calmed down. Finally, when you do express your anger, make direct eye contact. You're less likely to yell at your child when you're face to face. Is it ever too late? The parents who are watching this right now?
No.
Is it too late?
You can stop and start right now and say, how can I communicate with this person honestly? And begin from there.
Sarah and Jonah, in your rooms. 1,
We gotta go to bed.
2.
And will we raise better kids? Do we have a guarantee on this?
Daddy.
No, absolutely not. But in the meantime, your household could be a place where you enjoy being. That's what's important.
The parents featured in our story have told us that just seeing themselves on tape made a big difference. The last time we spoke with all three families, they told us it was the adults who were now taking the time out to collect their thoughts and take deep breaths before they get angry at their children.
Police in Battleground say they were the intended target of a planned New Year's Eve bombing. Good evening, I'm Kathy Marshall.
And I'm John Marder. Also tonight, film students captured the action. Now a deputy in Seattle admits he went too far in the use of pepper spray. The story's at 11.
Just when you think you have the latest computer, you don't. But for $37 a month, get an Intel Pentium 3 processor and a free color printer with the Gateway PC. And with the YourWare program, trade it in toward the purchase of a new one after 2 years. Call 1-800-GATEWAY.
While many of you have been making plans for the eve of the next millennium, we at Zales have been making sure you'll have something to wear. At Zales stores or shop online at Zales.com.
I may look young, but I still suffer from hot flashes. I discovered a natural way to deal with it. New Healthy Woman from the makers of Monistat. Healthy Woman's a soy menopause supplement that helps relieve hot flashes in a natural way. New Healthy Woman.
This Friday, Charles Gibson will be in London, and I'll be here in New York with my colleague Peter Jennings as ABC brings you the single most ambitious live television event in history. 24 hours of continuous coverage as the millennium arrives around the globe. Watch every midnight in every time zone and celebrate with the world. ABC 2000, our unprecedented millennium coverage, beginning Friday morning at 4:50 a.m. Eastern Time. And that's our program for tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Diane Sawyer from all of us at 2020. Have a happy New Year and good night.
This has been a presentation of ABC News. More Americans get their news from ABC News than from any other source.
30 years of making Monday night special. This week, San Francisco, Atlanta.
The timing is perfect along the coast. It's a great time for whale watching.
Plus, it's rodeo time. Don't miss it, next at 11.
What?
Do you remember that night we made that little, home video?
Yeah.
think we just returned it.
Anti-lock brakes, just one of over 40 features now standard on the Volkswagen Jetta.
We're gonna erase this later, aren't we?
Looks like the Blanchards just got some new computer equipment. The Elliots, a restaurant-style fridge. And how about the Toomey's home theater system? Nice. Well, the Simons have something none of the neighbors have. Electricity. Introducing the Coleman Vertex generator. It's easy to move and starts with a key. So when the power goes out, your family won't miss a thing. Coleman, making sure life goes on.
Top of the hour, time for a weather check. Clouds rolling in tonight. We've got changes in the atmosphere that will lead to more typical wintertime weather. We'll talk about it in your forecast. Channel 2 News at 11 is coming up.
This is KATU, the power of 2000. Now, Channel 2 News.
It's a big story. Investigators say they've cracked another potential New Year's Eve bomb plot in the Northwest. The intended target this time, a small-town police department. Good evening. I'm John Marler.
And I'm Kathy Marshall. Clark County authorities were planning for an uneventful New Year's Eve. Now authorities have uncovered a bomb plot that might have rocked the Battleground police station. 2 men are in custody for constructing pipe bombs and unlawful possession of explosive devices. Sheila Hamilton reports on the town's reaction to a real New Year's Eve threat.
Fatty Patty's is a gathering place in Battleground.
That's why we're out at Patty's, to find out what happened.
A place where news and gossip is exchanged over coffee and generous portions.
I think he could have killed a lot of people.
The buzz here is centered over a failed plot to bomb the town's police station, just a stone's throw from Patty's parking lot.
I know the bomb threat was in the parking lot, from what I've heard. Right. It was in the parking lot. And I was really hoping I wasn't going to be scheduled to work.
The 2 suspects' plot was thrown off course by a tip from someone who knew Brant Jensen and James Holliday were planning to blow up the police station on New Year's Eve. Suddenly, Y2K took on new meaning for Chief Ron Johnson.
It really brought it home, I've used the term several times, it kind of robs you of a little bit of innocence.
A task force raided a trailer just a few miles northeast of Battleground, discovering 2 pipe bombs and 15 pounds worth of explosive material. Neighbors were not surprised by the discovery.
One explosion after another, middle of the day, middle of the night.
Now, militias, anti-government extremists, and drug users are the subject of small talk in this small town.
There's a lot of kooks out there in the hills, believe me.
But there was no grand motive behind the plot to blow up the Battleground police station. Police say one of the men received 2 driving tickets 2 years ago and planned a millennium bombing to get even. A plot fueled by methamphetamine use, foiled by a tip from a citizen. In Battleground, Sheila Hamilton, Channel 2 News.
In addition to the explosives charges Brant Jensen faces, both he and his girlfriend Melody Moffett are charged with possession of methamphetamine. Clinton Holliday turned himself into police after he learned he was wanted in connection with the bombing plot.
News of the